The circuits that you build in lab and lecture um, have mostly been NPN based or NMOS based so far, but any circuit that you build with an NPN or an NMOS, you can build with a PNP or a PMOS. So let's see how you flip a circuit, how you turn an NMOS based circuit into or an N-type transistor circuit into a P-type transistor circuit. So what you do first is you pick a node. I'll pick ground here. So whatever's the lowest voltage in your original circuit, that becomes your highest voltage in your new circuit. So this red circle is the pair to that red circle. Okay, so then you go up and you hit the, I should have gone from the top because it's easier, but you hit the emitter of an NPN. When you flip a circuit, any transistor that was an NPN becomes a PNP. Any transistor that was an NMOS becomes a PMOS. Any transistor that's a PMOS becomes an NMOS, and any PNP becomes an NPN. So right here, we're coming down, and we need to hit the emitter of a BJT, and the emitter's on the bottom for an NPN. So if I put an NPN right here, you wouldn't hit the emitter. So what you have to do is you have to turn that into a PNP, and so hit the emitter of an NPN. Here you hit the emitter of a PNP. On the base you have V in, and then you come out of the collector, and the collector hits V out. And then you hit the resistor, the resistor doesn't change. And then you hit the highest voltage in your circuit, which means in your other circuit you have to hit the lowest voltage in your circuit. So you can see how the R's was on the top, now it's on the bottom. Your NPN used to be an NPN, now it's a PNP. V out used to be above the transistor, now it's below the transistor. So that's how you would flip a common emitter amplifier. Let's just do a random, total nonsense circuit. This circuit has no meaning, doesn't function, but just for practice on flipping a circuit. So in this case, let's start with the highest voltage. If you start with the highest voltage in your original circuit, that means it has to be the lowest voltage in your new circuit. And I hit an inductor and a resistor. Inductors and resistors don't have orientation. Well, I mean, they don't have so for a transistor, the emitter and the collector makes a difference which is on the top and which is on the bottom. But for a resistor, it doesn't matter. So I know when I come off the highest voltage, I hit the resistor. So this would be R1. And then over here, I hit L1. And then I see they're tied together. And that goes to V out. And then you come out of V out. And let's see, which one should I do? Let's go off of R1. I hit the collector of an NPN, so I have to hit the collector of a PNP. Notice if I had an NPN up here, I'd hit the emitter, but I need to hit the collector, so this needs to become a PNP. Whatever signal was on the base is still on the base. And then over here, there's nothing, right? So this comes down and hits this node, which is this node. So there's a capacitor going to kind of connected to V out there. And then on the V out side, there's R3. On the transistor side, there's R2. And then they hit the lowest voltage. This is supposed to be ground here, sorry. They hit the lowest voltage in the circuit, so both of these have to hit the highest voltage in the circuit. So any circuit at all, even if you don't know what it does or how it works, you can flip it following these steps.